The images kept invading my mind. A faceless massacre victim, a woman being raped, a guerrilla fighter holding a gun to my head, a body hacked open with a machete. The images wouldn't go away. I couldn't stop myself thinking about them. The ghosts of my past were coming back to haunt me. It felt like they lived inside me, that they now controlled me. And along with the images came a flood of emotions: anger, sadness, guilt, remorse, self-hatred and helplessness, besieging me from all angles. My mind felt like it was exploding. It was like an avalanche as the different emotions collided with each other inside my head, crashing down and flooding over me wave after wave. It was overwhelming. I just wanted it to stop. I sat in the chair in the corner of my bedroom, drinking a bottle of rum, but the alcohol wasn't numbing me. It wasn't stopping me from spiraling down. I continued to sit there with my head in my hands, besieged by the images and conflicting emotions. I began banging the palms of my hands against my head. "Make it go away," I pleaded in desperation to no one. The episode intensified over the next couple of hours until it reached the point that I felt the only way to end it, the only escape, was to kill myself. I imagined ways to do it. I didn't have a gun in the house, so that wasn't an option. I also didn't have medication to overdose on. I did have a Stanley knife in my toolbox in the cupboard above the washing machine. I went and retrieved the knife, returned to the bedroom, and placed it on the dresser beside me. I sat there staring at the knife. I imagined holding it in my hand and sliding out the razor-sharp blade. I then envisioned sticking that blade into my wrist and slowly cutting along the artery that runs up the forearm, visualizing the blood pouring out of the cut. I thought about how liberating it would be to die. But in that moment, as in all the other moments that I contemplated suicide, my thoughts went to my sons, Morgan and Owen. How could I do such a terrible thing to them when they were so young? It was agonizing to think of what losing their father might do to them. It would be the cruelest act. The thought of killing myself eventually passed. Once again, I'd been saved by Morgan and Owen. But while the thought of committing suicide passed, the emotional pain crashing around inside my head didn't. I got out of the chair and began pacing around the small room, pleading for the thoughts, feelings, and images to go away. I then began punching myself in the face. "It's never going to stop," I yelled angrily while hitting myself. And it didn't stop. I began banging my head hard against the wall. But eventually, slowly, the emotional pain did begin to subside. I seemed to be regaining control. As the episode wound down, I felt utterly exhausted and emotionally drained. I also felt simultaneously relieved and filled with dread, because I knew that I would have to endure another episode the following day or the one after that. For months, those episodes occurred every few days. They were relentless. I'd be walking on a thin line, but I'm sure not walking straight. Tried to leave something behind me. Maybe I left it a bit too late. Can't seem to get my head on straight. Don't always feel like getting out of bed. And I'm walking on a razor's edge. I'm walking on a razor's edge. There's a world I'd like to wash away, but I've nothing to replace it with. So I pour myself another drink, so I don't have to face it. I spoken words that I thought I meant, but no one listened to a word I said. And I'm walking on a razor's edge. I'm walking on a razor. There's something that we should have, something to make the whole damn world laugh. Tell me what's wrong with this picture. I'd like to turn the world upside down. Do you think that this would fix it? To make a smile out of a frown? Can't seem to find a how to book to organize the chaos in my head. And I'm walking on a razor's edge. I'm walking on a razor's edge. I'm walking on the edge.